Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's the Broncos going up against the Giants.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the sight of their men in blue emerging from the MetLife tunnels. We're set to go as the Giants get ready to match up with the Denver Broncos. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. This fielded at the 2. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 3rd.
Let me go back, man, so I'm gonna see that. Booyah. Booyah. Where the hell y'all going? What's up? Can I get somebody that want to win and don't wear the same shit I'm wearing? Sure.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's game, we've got two middle linebackers who will look to lead their defenses to victory. It's the Broncos going up against the...
Look at this nigga. This nigga done quit. I can't get somebody that's legit. I mean, shit. I already won that game. He quit. I mean, they scared as chicken bit. Man, these niggas don't want me, huh? Man, he quit before he could even kick off. Oh, yeah, I'm finna move on up. You don't think I'm George Jefferson this month. What up? I hope Hope you tuned the fuck up. Hope you ain't sleep, nigga. Nigga, wake the fuck up. About time they seen somebody, nigga, that's talking about something, nigga, that motherfucking talking about something, nigga, that they could trust. Had to fuck with us. You know, I got this motherfucking blue controller with us. I ain't gonna say no more, nigga. Not somebody's ass.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Both middle linebackers in today's matchup will be looking for opportunities to make plays for their defense. It's the Broncos going up against the Seahawks.
All right, Larry, somewhat surprisingly, the rain has held off. Just overcast skies so far as you get a look inside CenturyLink Field in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Spread out. Now a first down throw. Kelly. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas.
Well, partner, that was not a good omen right there. The very first play from scrimmage, and you just want to give yourself a nice, simple throw and hopefully get yourself into a rhythm. That is the last thing you're expecting. And now you put your defense in a tough spot right from the word go.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Midfield now. Here's Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The Denver Broncos have missed out on the playoffs for the 2nd straight year. Their offense coming back onto the field here, and that's coming off that Super Bowl 50 win. I don't know that we expected them to go back-to-back-to-back or anything like that, but I certainly don't think we saw them missing the playoffs the last 2 years, right?
No, you're correct on that one. And a big part of it is, this one is
and the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Cliff Averill in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility, the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Here's Kelly throwing on 3rd and long. Under pressure now, and they get to Kelly. Jaron Reed in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, it's Riley Dixon on now to kick it away for Denver. Back deep for the Seahawks, the All-Pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. Yards on the return that time, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Second and 10 now, Wilson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that will be incomplete as well.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's got the... And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. It's picked up by the Broncos. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Kelly now. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
To throw on 2nd is Simeon. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. To throw on 3rd down, Kelly. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations, and this sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and throw for it here. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Charles, earlier we talked a lot about Russell Wilson, what a great job he did last year in 2017 as Seattle's offense is working their way back onto the field. But they're probably going to need to find a running game to alleviate some of that pressure on Wilson, right?
Yeah, you think? I mean, my goodness, when you take a look at what Russell Wilson did, he more than doubled the rushing yardage of Mike Davis, who finished second. And Mike Davis didn't begin the year on Seattle's roster. They went through a number of runners this season, none of them that fit and really hit. Chris Carson, they thought was going to be the guy. He got hurt early in the year, but they definitely have to find a running game and get back to playing that Seattle football of run first and let Russell Wilson take over from there.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. They run again with Carson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. They control the clock, they control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. So on 4th down, Pete Carroll's going to call out his field goal unit. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. So they recover the fumble but could not take advantage of the short field. They do get 3.
And no one ever turns down 3 points going up on the board, but the offense will go to the sidelines wondering what if. While the defense on the other side, they'll celebrate holding them to just a field goal after giving up such bad field position.
Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP. 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of pain. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back. Inside the 20. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. After the interception, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Take
About that beer at what time? About 10:30? Okay. That's what they finna do. They finna do the lottery. That's what this is right here. Look.
over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but 3rd MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
We go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999, where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the...
5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. He got 29 yards that time. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. Now it's Jamal Charles in the game. He gets the call here. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 1:57 to go in this first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. A play fake to Anderson. It's Simeon. Sanders has it over the middle. A really good pickup of 28 yards. First down now, but the clock continues to move. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Throwing on 3rd down, Simeon. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Gain of 9 that time on the scramble. 1 yard shy of the marker, and it brings up 4th. And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th.
All right, here we go.
They snap it to Simeon. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. Now Anderson running right. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Here's Simeon now on second down. Dancing to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
This offense so far on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at a 3rd and goal. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead.
Partner, you got a pretty good hoops background. You've seen those late-in-the-half plays designed to get them a last shot, give them momentum. I think this touchdown equates to that.
Absolutely, and then they can take the lead here into the lockers. Big-time play.
Yeah, and let's see what they designed coming out for the second half as well. Oftentimes when you get that momentum late, you find a way to carry it through.
On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And he's going to be run over, hit hard, as he'll be marked down at the 29. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Baldwin with it over the middle. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, 71 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. first down. Simeon. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cliff Averill in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. On second down, here's Simeon. That one taken in by Carlo, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Simeon on first down. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Sanders. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The Broncos on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Simeon throwing again. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. To the air again, Simeon. And the Denver Broncos are in for 6. Now, point.